Yeah. The river runs deep, the river runs wide, flowing from the stony creeks above timberline. A trickling and tumbling, a rippling and rumbling, the river flows down through the mountains, it longs for the sea. The river rises as the canyons and creeks combine, rolling down through the aspen, racing round in the pines. I spy a hint of a path, a fisherman's track. It takes me through brambles and thickets of tangling willows, to be in harmony. The river speaks to me. I'm the daughter of Mother Earth and Father Sky. We cherish all life, my parents and I, a hope and a promise for every living thing. This water is life, it's a love we bring. Caddis and browns, nymphs and rainbows, feet in the dappled light. Black bear and mule deer hiding in shadows, watchful and wary, just out of sight. Now I love to move with unintentional grace, a whisper in the wind, passing through without a chase, in this hallowed space. Shoots and shallows, pockets and pools. I walk the river, I follow her rules. Don't get stuck in the eddies, ride the cresting wave. Now slip around those boulders and snags, blocking your way. And don't you be worrying once downstream around the bend. This water is life, there's no turning back. You ride it to the very end. Rising, it's in the wind. I can smell it in the air, it's about to begin. A cloudbuster, toad strangler, rolling thunder, pelting rain. I head for the truck, I'm drenched to the bone, but I'll be back again. I'll be back again. To be in harmony, I carry the river in me. Well, many years ago, we took our young sons when they were 10 and 12, I guess, and we drove all around the United States in our fifth wheel trailer. And we had an opportunity to look at so much of the beauty and diversity that is America. And of course, a lot of that is really threatened right now, and I've got a song about that later. But, you know, when you just see the national parks and all the different zones, I mean, when we were in Europe, these are little small countries. You know, Denmark, Netherlands, they're flat, just flat. And we're mountain people, I guess. But, you know, you just think of the South and the Northeast and I mean, it's fantastic. So this is a song called Under the Milky Way. It's about that traveling. I'm going to travel around this country. I'm going to see the USA. I'm going to pack my guitar, sleep out under the stars, and stare at the Milky Way. I'll wind through her hills and her valleys, think I'll drive from sea to sea, watch the northern lights, a blue moon shining bright, wrap my arms around a redwood tree, build a campfire in the desert, hear those coyotes yip and howl, watch the aspen quake by a mountain lake where the black bears hunt and prowl. It's fall and the leaves are turning, colors flame in the wild oak trees. I see a bugling elk singing off by himself, catch a scent in a southern breeze. I'll stand on the banks of the Ohio, the Missouri, the mighty Mississippi. I'm gonna walk with Sal along the Erie Canal, hike those back trails, take a skinny dip. I'll pine in the Blue Ridge Mountains, pick some tunes in the Tennessee hills, fish the mountain streams. My life, it's a dream. I'll never ever get my fill. South Coast Highway, I'll find some mangroves and manatees. I'm gonna dance around to those Zydeco sounds, eat some crawdads neath a live oak tree. Nature, she's just a wonder, so much beauty for us to see. We got to stand tall, protect it all from the plunder, the waste and the greed. You better get out and see your country, take a good look before it's gone. It ain't happened yet, but it's a mighty sure bet. We don't mend our ways, it won't last long. We don't mend our ways, it won't last long. Well, I wrote that first song as part of a song cycle that I wanted to create about a place up in southwest Colorado where we've gone for 35, 40 years. And I can tell you, I know every inch, every pool, every place along that little stretch of river where I have hiked and fished for so many years. And I think many of you are probably hikers and travelers a bit. And there is that beautiful golden hour
where you've been out all day and you're coming back to camp and you just go, my God, this is so beautiful. And I'm so grateful to be able to experience it. So I was born and raised in Colorado, and so this song is about coming home to Colorado. Sorry, Arizona. But coming home to Colorado, it's called Blue Skies of Colorado. Little bit of heaven right along the trail, heading home before the sun goes down. The beauty of the twilight glowing all around, the evening shadows slowly gaining ground. Even in the gloaming, my thoughts, they're here with you. We'll soon be home by the fire, talking about things old and new. Last rays of sunlight drift down through the pines, light up the mountain bells and blue columbine. Thunder down the canyon, the lightning strikes the rim. I pack up my stuff, pull my collar up, get back on the trail again. Thinking about tomorrow, how great it's gonna be. Time disappears whenever you're close to me. Colorado sunshine, Colorado gold, all the beauty of Colorado revives my weary soul. Blue skies of Colorado, no matter where I roam, you're always calling me to come back home. Oh, Colorado, that's my home. Well, another song in this little grouping about the river, which is a favorite of mine and some other folks, I think, is called Meditation on the Trees. So when you're sitting by the river and you're looking at these gigantic spruce and pines and the wind comes up and you see them and they're moving and swaying, and you know, in the winter time their limbs break off or their roots get too wet and they fall over the river, and you know, it just got me wondering about, well, so do they have all this anxiety and angst about, you know, oh, my branch fell off, or, you know, I mean, you know, human beings are a little over the top when it comes to some of these things. So anyway, that's what prompted me to write the song. And I will say, when we were in the Netherlands, one of the beautiful things about Holland is their trees. They have huge, old, tall trees, and these little tiny single-lane roadways have, you know, just these colonnades of beautiful trees along them, punctuating in between the farms that are there. So anyway, meditation on the trees. Night it's falling,
way to the fire. Embers glowing, wild river flowing, tumbling down, smoothing me round like a stone. I'm feeling the seasons change, sensing the sun and the rain, clouds in the night, the moon in daylight, the cycles of life wax and wane. I smell the sound rising in the tree. I feel a pulse, a harmony. My blood is quickening, quickening. I'm a thread woven in this web of summer nights filled with fireflies. Scorpio rising across the sky. I can find a quiet mind when I breathe in river time, a different kind of knowing. I feel a consciousness growing. I am one with the forest, one with the trees. Do they worry? Do they fret? Are these trees burdened with regrets? One with the planet, they don't ask why. Every moment so alive, I think they do not know a questioning mind. They live and grow, follow nature's sign. I feel the pull of the moon and the tides, the rise and fall, an emotional ride. I am the ocean, I am the sea, I am the forest. You know it, I am the trees. The birds are chittering, my soul is glittering.
Well, many, many years ago, when we lived in southwest Colorado, we actually built a school there, an archaeological and education center. And in the 70s, which is when we were starting to do all of this, there was a lot of development and a lot of impacts to the land. And the Shell Oil Company was putting in a big CO2 pipeline that went all the way to Denver City, Texas, which I was going to look up and see how many thousands of miles it is. But I mean, it was mind-boggling to think that they're going to dig this trench and put this pipe all the way from southwest Colorado down to Texas. And but what became really apparent, which is kind of pertinent for today as well, is that these small towns really weren't prepared to handle the impacts of large-scale development. And so they looked at the tax base and thought, oh boy, we're going to get all these taxes, but they didn't really look at the impacts to roads and to fire and to police and to maintenance, and now we're dealing with water here. So I wrote this song relating to what happened before about the beautiful Montezuma Valley. And it was a very green and verdant valley. In 1906, its apples won the World's Fair. You know, it was a beautiful place. And then gradually through overgrazing and mining, and they brought in big D9 caterpillars with chains stretched in between them, and they drove through the pinyon juniper forests. And so, you know, then the boom turned into the bust, right? The other end of the cycle. So, which is really pretty tough on communities. So, anyway, this song is called Quick Change.
Deep yellow moon, the paintbrush is in bloom. The coyote sings a song that fills the canyon. I realize deep within my heart lies, I've got a feeling for this land I can't abandon. When this land was rough and free, neighbors lent a hand in days that used to be. They worked the land with horses and a plow, a laying hen, an old Jersey cow. Rich fields of green, dry land, pinto beans, orchards, they strained every bough. Wild birds and leaves, stirring cotton from the trees. There's grain enough to fatten every cow. Do you remember when this land was rough and free? Neighbors lent a hand in days that used to be. They worked the land with horses and a plow, a laying hen, an old Jersey cow. Every tree and limb, all they cleared off the canyon rim, and check dams held back runoff in the early spring. Down in the scrub and sage, the sheep and the cattle graze. They're waiting for the change the mines would bring. There's been quick change and money's running. Quick change gonna hurt our town. Quick change, look around. Yellow cake in the middle, the timber's logged off the hill, and fortunes grew like melons on a vine. And when that boom was through, it was the local folks that knew there were good paying jobs that you could find. 'Cause there's been quick change and money's running. Quick change gonna hurt our time. Quick change, look around. used to be. They worked the land with horses and a plow, a laying hen, an old Jersey cow.
Well, it's time for the group sing-along.
Are you ready?
You guys can help me. So not only do we have to protect our environment and earth, I'm not gonna preach the whole hour. It's gonna be okay. But, yeah, you know, it's kind of rough on friendship and people and acknowledging people out there that are a little different. We're so polarized. So this is a song, Open Up Your Heart, that these guys know. And it is kind of a call and response. And open up your heart, open up your heart, that's your heart.
You can probably remember that.
Yeah. I kind of have a little part in the middle, a little verse, right? And then you'll come back around. So you'll see, it's pretty straightforward.
Open up your heart, open up your heart. Let a stranger in, let a stranger in. Open up your heart, open up your heart. Let a stranger in, let a stranger in. Open up your heart, let a stranger in. That's the best place to begin. Open up your heart, open up your heart. Let a stranger in, let a stranger in. Reach out your hand, reach out your hand to somebody new, to somebody new. Reach out your hand, reach out your hand. Say howdy do, say howdy do. Reach out your hand, reach to someone new. We're not so different, me and you. Reach out your hand, reach out your hand to somebody new. I don't have to be right, I don't have to be right. You don't have to be wrong, you don't have to be wrong. We can all believe, we can all believe. Oh, we can all belong, we can all belong. You don't have to be right, I don't have to be wrong. We can believe, we can get along. You don't have to be right, you don't have to be right. I don't have to be wrong. Take it, Peter. Set aside your sorrow, hide your sorrow. Set aside your pain, set aside your pain. That bright tomorrow, that bright tomorrow. Gonna rise again, gonna rise again. Set aside your sorrow, your pain. You learn to love and laugh again. Set aside your sorrow, set aside your pain. Open up your heart, open up your heart. Let a stranger in,
Well, I'm fortunate enough to be married to a wonderful guy. And we're approaching, this is 49 years of marriage. How about that? Thank you. Thank you. I have had to put up with it. No, I'm kidding. So, you know, as we're getting older, those of you who've been married for a long time, you know, it's like you finish your partner's plate. We don't share toothbrushes, but you know, I mean, you know each other so well after so many years that it's just a pleasure and a comfort. So Ed is my companion, my husband, my best friend, which is the name of this song. My best friend. Sitting on my front porch, talking to my love, counting out the stars in the sky above. A cup of coffee, a sip of tea, we're two fine folks in harmony. We're on our own, the kids they've grown, the cat sleeps by the door. To the end, you're my best friend, you're the man that I adore. Shake and shimmy, you got the gimme that thrills me to my toes. I slap my thigh thinking, my oh my, he's my true love, don't you know? Life is swell, we've done pretty well as all these years fly by. To the end, you're my best friend, I'm gonna love you till the day I die. Shimmy and shake, you're a rogue, you're a rake, let's slip out to the barn. A tumble and roll, it's good for the soul, living out here on the farm. The clouds drift by, I breathe a sigh, when sunshine follows the rain. Side by side, it's a wonderful ride, I hope we go round again. Life is swell, we've done pretty well as all these years fly by. To the end, you're my best friend, I'm gonna love you till the day I die. You. Shimmy and shake, you're a rogue, you're a rake, now let's go out to the barn. A tumble and roll, it's good for the soul, living out here on the farm. Life is swell, we've done pretty well as all these years fly by. To the end, you're my best friend, I'm gonna love you till the day I die. I'm gonna love you till the day I die. I had the good fortune to play at guitar and sing at our son's wedding, which, like, how great is that? And then at the reception, I played this waltz. I love you, my darling, my life, for their wedding dance. So, while I didn't sing it, it was a great honor and a thrill for me. One of those, you know, priceless moments.
This morning, a new day dawning. I watched the sunrise in your eyes. If you are thinking what I am thinking, you know I wouldn't be surprised. I just want to say, you take my breath away each time I see you rise. I hold out my hand, knowing you'll understand. I love you, my darling, my life. You spin me around, keep my heart safe and sound. You twirl me round the floor. I'm floating on air, I can't help but stare. You're all I dreamed and more. I just want to say, you take my breath away each time I realize. All through our days together, come with me. I love you, my darling, my spin me around, keep my heart safe and sound. You twirl me round the floor. I'm floating on air, I can't help but stare. You're all I dream and more. I just want to say, you take my breath away each time I realize. All through our days together, come with me. I love you, my darling, my life. When our two sons were at ASU, they had to take a physical education course of some kind. So they ended up taking ballroom dancing. And in those days, it was like 7 guys to 40 girls. So it was like, oh, this is a good thing. Now it's changed a little bit because, you know, dancing has gotten more popular. But
Guys
anyway.
have figured it out, and football's gotten more dangerous.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, they became great dancers. They still go dancing once or twice a week, particularly salsa. So at one point we were down in Puerto Vallarta, and one of the gals that worked there found out that our younger son was a good salsa dancer.
And he had won medals and stuff at the intercollegiate stuff. I mean, he's good. So, boy, she got all her girlfriends together, and they came out and they picked him up and they took him downtown to the Malecon, and they danced from like 10 until 4 in the morning, and then they brought him back home. And so I wrote this song for that.
Groove got the moves, you make me crazy. I danced all night, I slept and I'm lazy. Walking down the boulevard, hoping for a glimpse of you. You stole my heart right from the start when you held me in your arms. I'm feeling swell, 'cause baby I fell for your irresistible charm. Everywhere I go, moving fast or slow, you're on my mind, and I'm feeling fine. A spin and a turn, oh how are you gonna make it mine? I keep checking my phone in the club all alone. I'm hoping that you'll come through. Walk through that door, my heart starts to soar. You know I'm the right girl for you. Crazy, I danced all night, I slept and I'm lazy, walking down a boulevard, hoping for a glimpse of you. You stole my heart right from the start when you held me in your arms. I'm feeling swell, 'cause baby I fell for your irresistible charm. Everywhere I go, moving fast or slow, you're on my mind. I'm feeling fine, a spin and a turn. Oh, how are you gonna make you mine? I said a spin and a turn. Oh, how are you gonna make you mine?
Beautiful. I've had the good fortune for Ed and I to work together all our lives. You know, that doesn't happen that often, and I really see it with our younger kids, you know, young families, that in order to even make it, you know, both have to work and so on and so forth. And we were able to define our lives together, and I'm very grateful for that. And so as a result, when one of us went off, you go off all the time, you go to the lab and different places, then that house seemed really big, and there were all these creaky noises, right? It's an adjustment. Gina knows, yeah. So I wrote this song about that. It's called Restless Arms.
Saturday night, when the dusk gets falling, I'm waiting by the telephone, watching lovers on an old TV. It hits the part where he steals her heart. The night it's falling, but you're not calling. I'm hoping I'll be in your arms tonight. I'm dreaming I'll be wrapped around you in the morning light. But Sunday morning there's no restless arms to find my way back to. I'm lying in an empty bed. Well, Lord, I'm missing you all. Come home to me, baby. The house it's feeling cold. Come home to me, baby. There's stories yet to be told. I need to feel you in my arms a while. Breathe soft now in my ear. Spin me round, you lay me down. Well, I'm so glad you're finally here. I wanna tell you all those things I felt last night. Broken hearted, ragged, I was jagged in the morning light. I wanna thank you for the many times you saved me from myself. You got me trembling, you're my desire. It's only you now, nobody else. Oh, come home to me, baby. The house, it's feeling cold. Come home to me, baby. There's stories yet to be told. I need to feel you in my arms a while. Breathe soft now in my ear. Spin me round, you lay me down. Well, I'm so glad you're finally here. I love to sit beside you in the firelight. I love to sit beside you in the morning light. Pretty?
Yeah. Should we give a hand to Peter Stokes? I debated playing this song for you, but I think I will. So, you know, a lot of singer-songwriting is storytelling about things that happen in your life, or in the old days, the early days, it was a way of transmitting news, right? Tom Dooley and all of those, a lot of those songs, you know about that, you probably can. And this is a song that I wrote about a dear friend of mine who subsequently passed away, way too young, that when I was in college taught me all these jazz chords and kind of fed my passion, especially for the old standards of the 40s and 50s and the melodies and the chords and so on. And he was a wonderful singer-songwriter. Dave Scheidel is his name, in his own right. And when Ed and I were building our school in Southwest Colorado, he came and helped us get that going. And then he went on to Austin and was part of the Austin music scene there. And he actually, for those of you who are musicians, he won the Kerrville New Song competition, which is a very prestigious, difficult thing to do. So when he passed away, I wrote this song, and it's called Ode to a Jazz Man.
We both both grew up in Denver, didn't know it at the time. We met up in Boulder, it was life in another rhyme. I was baking pies in the kitchen of a Pearl Street restaurant. I met a straw-haired lanky fella, got to know just what he'd want. He had a funny sense of humor, he read novels I never would. He liked the table by the window where the reading light was good. Night was falling, I was sitting in a downtown bar, trying to find some meaning. I'm wishing on a wishless star. I heard you playing music round midnight at 2 a.m. You were walking down those jazz chords, man, you sent me round the bend. I walked right up to your table, I said, how's it going so far? Can you teach me some of those changes you've been playing on your guitar? He said, I'll see you Saturday morning at Fred's when your bacon's through. You bring me a slice of that apple cake, I'll show you a thing or two. He and I, we got along, filled each other up with songs, each one in a different groove and key. We drifted close together, he taught me some of his tunes, flatted fifths and turnarounds, major sevens filled the room. When he came my way, such a lucky day, suddenly I knew that we'd go far. You and I together, we were roaming around the town. We're playing our guitars, making heavenly sound. You and I were single then, following a southbound star. You taught me through the changes of playing that guild guitar. The Southwest Colorado, I had a dream wrapped round my heart. A friend of mine was starting a school, you wanted to be a part. We sought shelter from the lightning and the rain, days of pounding hammers and nails, nights filled with sweet refrains. A sip of sherry, a pinch of cayenne, while we were salt and sugar, cooking jazz in our kitchen band. Always hear you playing, singing a jazz man's tune, telling us your stories, you're filling up an empty room. Every song I write now, it makes me think of you. I'll still be playing your songs when my time is through. The years have passed, the times have changed, you're playing with a different band. I got a letter in the mail I didn't want to understand. You know I've been thinking about you, I should have picked up the phone just to say, how's it going? I'm sorry you're alone. You and I ran out of time, no more rhythm, no more rhyme. I guess your heart, it played out in the end. since you've been away. It's a bluer, sadder day, but the angels are singing. You got the trumpets all swinging. I always hear you playing, singing a jazz man's tune, telling us your story. You're filling up an empty room. Every song I write now, it makes me think of you. I'll still be playing your songs when my time is through. We both grew up in Denver, didn't know it at the time. We met up in Boulder, it was life. It was life. It was life in another rhyme.
Well, I think we're going to do our last song, and I'm certainly not going to leave you at that.
Without-
No, that sounds better.
Every day we wake up, we get the chance to decide to make this world better. Together we can rise. Hey, the world is getting smaller, we're connected all the time. You might think what you do doesn't matter, but we're all entwined. Sing, sing, shout, shout, spin around, work it out. Gonna stand in the light. Sing, sing, shout, shout, fill your heart, let it out. Raise your voice, drive back the night. 'Cause everybody's been there struggling with a broken heart. Remember how it felt when a stranger brought you hope in the darkness. When we share our stories and touch the deep places, breaking down the walls that keep us apart. We're not so different, me and you, we share the same beating, beating hearts. And when you were kind to me, it's gonna come back to you. Give a little, take a little, help somebody make it through. You know we're counting on you. Don't accept, don't waste your breath on everything you can't do. Time to turn this world around, 'cause the power resides, the power resides, the power resides in you. Living a life of plenty, it's our job to share. The world out there's imploding, we got to give it our best, tender love and care. Don't wait for someone else to do what you can do. You use your head, your heart, your hands, you make your stand for mercy, justice, and truth. We're calling you. Don't accept, don't waste your breath on everything you can't do. Time to turn this world around, 'cause the power resides, the power resides, the power resides in you. Gonna sing, sing, shout, shout, fill your heart, let it out. Gonna stand in the light. Sing, sing, shout, shout, spin around, work it out. Raise your voice, drive back the night. Oh, what you gonna, what you gonna, what you gonna, what you gonna do? Think of all the good things. You think of all the good you can do. You know we're calling on you. place to pray on every